action, like, immediately.
You too are changing the world. All right, Ileana. Yes, please. So I've watched your video 4 times. I've cried every single time. Thank you for that. Live loudly, recover loudly so that others don't die quietly. Talk to us about what caused you to take action to build what you've built.
So 16 and a half years ago, I hit rock bottom in my addiction. I used to live and live to use. And it was a daily struggle. And I had a miracle happen and my daughter was born. She saved my life. She came and God does for us what we can't do for ourselves sometimes. And I was blessed with the baby girl. And the moment I had her, I knew I loved her. And I knew I had to change the way I was living. And anyways, the reason well, moving forward, I have 14 years free from drugs and alcohol. My husband has 15 years, and the reason...
Clap for him too.
Yeah. He's a big part of what we do, and the reason I'm so passionate about our foundation is because in early recovery, when you're struggling to change the way you live, there was so much support that we had, and we want to be able to be the support for others that don't have that it's not easy for them to be around that environment. And anyways, so sorry, I'm so nervous.
Great.
You're doing awesome.
Isn't she great?
Well, we're passionate because I want to give back what was so freely given to me, and so many people were willing to help us get our life together. And again, it's such a struggle when you're first starting, and it's not always wonderful. It's a family disease, you know, and I'm sure if you haven't been directly affected, you know somebody that has been affected from the disease of addiction. And anyways, we want to be able to provide that environment so people could have a higher chance of staying clean and sober.
Love it.
Yeah, amazing. I feel like one of the biggest acts of generosity is when someone is willing to share their story. It's so inspiring to hear something like this, and it lights the way for others. I shared with Ileana backstage that last month was my 11th anniversary of sobriety, and I want to thank her for being a light and for sharing your story and being so inspirational to so many people. So I would actually love to hear all 3 of you talk now about how you've hardwired your foundation into your real estate business. Like, how does that show up in the day-to-day? And for each of you, how does this foundation give you a deeper sense of meaning and purpose?
For me, my organization and my business shows in hand every day. Because first of all, I come from contribution because I have something to give back to the community. So it makes lead generation that much easier when I call people or invite them out to something, let them know something's going on in the community. That is just easier to be able to call and give them that information. And I've had prior clients have their children become part of my organization, so that's a win. And then as parents put their daughters in the organization, they have looked at me now as the family real estate agent. So at some point I'm buying and selling and they're referring me out to their clients. And also, not only is it that way that works for me, but so many other girls are asking about real estate. They think that I guess I'm so successful as a mentor and maybe as a real estate agent that they want to be like me. And so not only am I able to help them and mentor the day-to-day, but maybe even build a downline into my real estate business with my mentors.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tara?
So the Excellence Closet is connected in the entire community. So we sent out a call to action into the entire database of my market center, Richmond West, who is here. Yes. They totally participate and support the Excellence Closet. The community supports the Excellence Closet. We do events. It's a total, my wonderful contractors and partners. Everybody supports the Excellence Closet. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Eliana?
All right, for me, so 8 years ago, I had a client that needed to sell her halfway house recovery home that she was renting, and the opportunity presented itself where my husband and I had been talking about investing in our first home and turning it into a sober living because it's so needed in our community, a structured, safe environment. So it ended up being a win-win situation where I offered to buy the house, and the agreement was for the men to stay and not be displaced. So we were able to take over, and she was able to sell and move on with that feeling that they were going to be still having a home. And anyways, moving forward, we now have 2 men's homes. We have 1 woman's home, and as they move forward and in their recovery and they graduate through this program.
Wait a second, we had a weak clap in the back for 2 women's homes and 1 men's home.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Good. Okay, sorry. Back to you. Back to you.
Apart from that, we also have a detox and residential treatment center that we run. But thank you. So anyways, how it's been intertwined with my business is that I have, as they're getting their life straight and they're getting better, I have helped many of them fix their credit, and even some of them purchase their first home, and lead them to the path of wealth building through real estate.
I love it. So I want to hear about your goals. What's next? I want to hear about how we can help if you've touched someone's heart in the audience. We have some QR codes for you. Kizzy, what's next for you?
Well, I'm revamping Distinguished Young Ladies this year, and I not only want to be able to mentor the young girls, I also would like to give scholarships to them. And so our goal this year is to raise $20,000 as a fundraising initiative and be able to give scholarships not only to people who want to go to college, but for young ladies who want to do real estate, because we do know it's not cheap necessarily to start a real estate business. So I think they're deserving of a scholarship as well. And so I want to open that up for both college and people who want to start their own business in real estate.
Great.
It's awesome.
Tara?
So for the Excellence Closet, we are moving to the next level, and we believe now for students, what you see is what you be. And so we want to expose students to new environments. Recently, you might have heard on national news that there was a shooting at a graduation ceremony, which is a super atrocity. We believe that you have to get young people out of the environments that they're in and expose them to environments that they don't normally see. So I want to purchase a van so that we can expose them to different environments that they don't normally see. So that's where we're going. We want to purchase a van so that we can expose students to different environments that they don't normally see.
That's great.
What's next?
So there's so many things going on with New Road Foundation. What we want to do is we're working on getting some grants, ideally, so we could continue to offer affordable housing for those that are looking to be in a safe, structured, 12-step based environment. And apart from that, we're also helping with funding and putting people through school that want to, give back in their recovery and also get their drug and alcohol counseling certificate. So we've helped a few people through that. And apart from that, we are also helping and teaching trades and building, learning different types of jobs so they could go back into the workforce and be responsible members of the community and just give back that way. But what one of our biggest goals is that within the next year, we want to be able to sponsor 3 people through detox residential treatment, because some people need it and they just can't get clean and sober on their own, and it gives them a better chance to recover. And it's not cheap, and some people don't have insurance and they don't have the funds, and it costs roughly around $30,000 for somebody to go through that. So we want to be able to
$30,000 a piece.
Yes, yeah, we want to be able to fully scholar at least 3 people within the next year.
Wow. You make us really proud, because you are what we are all about. You go back to your communities, you make your communities better. Thank you for being a part of that. We have the QR codes up for you. And we have a small gift, it's a very small gift, but we want to start you on your way to your scholarships and your bands. So, Ileana, for you.
Thank you.
Tara. And Kizzy. Thank you so much. Give it up for our panel, please.